Superpower Dogs is an action-adventure science comedy. What I mean by that is it's a film about real dogs saving lives and fighting crime and the science behind how they do what they do. It's full of action, real stunts. These are dogs who are actively saving people from drowning in avalanches, jumping out of helicopters. It's got a real comedic touch. We follow a puppy in training, ready to save lives in disasters. So it's a real story. These are not made-up dogs. These are dogs who actually do this for a living. Really the question is, how do these dogs do such amazing things? We have depended so much on dogs. Our connection with them goes back tens of thousands of years. In a sense, we've co-evolved with dogs. I think the bond between us is unspoken, and it's very powerful. We have shaped the dog's destiny to suit our own needs. And I think they've changed us to suit their needs as well. I don't think there's any species on the planet we have that affinity with, that connection. Well, I've made the film for every kind of an audience. So if you're a dog lover, you're gonna get, you're gonna find your dog in this movie. You're gonna find a dog that amazes you. You're gonna learn something. I thought I knew a lot about dogs before I started this movie, and I learned so much making this film. So I think dog lovers will learn something. They will find real emotion in this film. And I think if you're not a dog lover, maybe you're a cat person, or you just don't get what the big deal is, I think you'll be equally amazed. You'll come out of this film saying, wow, I had no idea that these dogs could do this, that they're actively saving lives. I wanted this movie to be like a superhero movie, so it's like the Doggy Avengers. And that sounds like a joke, and people laugh at first. There's a novelty to it. But then as you get into the movie, you start thinking, now, wait a minute, these dogs are real superheroes. They do have incredible physical and cognitive and sensory and intuitive superpowers that we're just beginning to understand. And that is the scientific part of it, is that we're starting to study dogs in a very serious way now. There are so many questions about how do dogs do that? And that's at the heart of this film, that mystery, And that's where science begins. Science begins with children asking a question: how is my pet doing that thing? And that's the beginning of a lifelong love of science. That's what we're trying to promote with this film. I also think that we need good news stories. This film is a good news story. It's about real heroism, and it's not done in a hokey way. We're not trying to force this. Is that these first responders and these rangers in the case of Kenya, or these lifeguards in the case of Italy, are really devoting themselves. They're doing this on a volunteer basis to work with these animals and train them in the hopes that one day they might save a life. And that's a powerful thing.
IMAX invites you to discover why our best friends are our best hope. Superpower Dogs, with super narration by me, Chris Evans, major dog fan.
Rated G.